Nobody can actually manage. There are women I've seen that manage to use 5,000 naira to make a meal for a whole family.
Yes.
If you leave that in the hands of a man, it will never be possible.
People are shy about borrowing money. But if you borrow, if you are going to borrow money, make sure that you are borrowing money to create an asset. Not just to buy ashwebi or to look good. No. Borrow money that will multiply, money that will create wealth for you. Wealth in such a state that when you are just relaxing in your home and sleeping, that wealth will be speaking for you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Kosisochukwu Okoro from AG Mortgage Bank PLC. Today we'll be having an honest and inspiring conversation around women and wealth, breaking stereotypes, changing narratives, and exploring financial empowerment around women and their belief about financial empowerment to women in today's world. Our speaker for today is someone passionate about women empowerment and exploring conversations with her on this. She has been changing narratives around success, investment, and financial independence of women. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Mrs. Gladys Mojisola Laleye as she shares her insights around women and wealth.
Good morning.
Welcome, ma'am.
Welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome, ma'am. First of all, the topic today is women and wealth. And I would like to ask you, not a very personal question, but I want to understand, what do you understand by the phrase, or what does it personally mean to you, women and wealth?
Okay. For women and wealth, you know that even from when we were young as children, even girls from when you were young, we are always been told that we have always been warned about speaking concerning finances. It doesn't concern you. Just be good, conduct yourself properly, be cautious, and things like that. So growing up as girls, as women, we're not really encouraged to be focused on building wealth as women. So that had that culture had actually translated into, as people grow up, they still have that mindset at the back of their mind that they should just be contented with just the minimum.
I get. Thank you very much for that, Ma. So that will bring me to my first question, which is, why do women still feel shy about money?
Okay. Women generally still feel shy about talking about money because, like I said, from when they begin to grow up, you see that people, they are being warned not to be talk about money, that money, finances particularly, is in a man's world, so it shouldn't concern you, and that you as a woman, you are just to nurture, you are just to take care of things and then be contented with what is given to you. So that mindset has been with women from the onset. But you discover that even from the biblical times, if you look at the women of the daughters of Zelophehad, at the time when they were sharing properties, they were sharing assets, they were not going to even give them anything because they were daughters, and they felt they should not be given anything. But they came up on their own to speak up that no, if they keep quiet at this time, even their inheritance will be shared among other people. So they spoke up. And since then, I believe that women have been speaking up concerning wealth and finance. Thank you.
Women, we belong somewhere that is not just taking care of the home.
Yes.
So that will lead me to the second question I have for you today, ma'am. Is low salary the only reason women struggle with wealth?
No. Low salary is not the only reason that women struggle with wealth. Women struggle with wealth mostly because usually they are the people that are in charge of maybe like budgeting in the houses. And you discover that in an economy when you are not, we are not very sure that your 10,000 naira today will be able to get you what 10,000 naira would be the same thing of tomorrow. So we struggle with finances because you need to always plan, you always have to manage, you always have to think about how to be able to meet the general needs of yourself, the family, and even the extended family at large. So that basically puts a strain on women, because they are basically in charge of the houses, and things keep changing. So to be able to keep up with the tide of things that are changing is always an issue.
So they don't really have time to.
Exactly. So they don't really now have time to be able to say, okay, let me put things aside, let me invest on this or that. But that is gradually changing. Yes.
That's what we are hoping for.
Okay.
We need that change as much as we can get.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, do women really invest differently from men?
Yes, I would say that women do invest differently. Why women are not, the general view that women are risk adverse is not exactly correct. Women are actually risk aware.
Oh.
They take their time before they put their money anywhere. They take their time to inquire about what exactly what that investment is all about before they put their money in there. And then they also try to invest in places where they have passion. You know, you don't see them going into things where they don't even have passion or they don't have ideas about.
Oh.
So women are really coming up at that stage to ensure that, you know, in spite of all the challenges, all the beliefs that is trying to pull us down. Let me say us now. Pull us down, that we are struggling in a man's world, in a man's finance world. You know, women still are pulling themselves up to ensure that no, the narrative is really changing. And it is changing. If you look at what is happening around us now, you have women that have come up to become MDs of bank. Women have come up to become managing directors of big conglomerates that are operating very fine. So women are really moving up.
Oh. I think you're really dishing it out. I hope as a woman you're listening that you can do better.
Yes.
So there is always another trending thing that I would want you to give a clarification on. Is money management too hard for women?
No, I will not say that. Money management is not too hard for women. Like I said at the beginning, women have, even from the onset, women are the ones that are in charge of managing the house. And in an economy where so many things are still unstable, for you to be able to manage it from one month to the other, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And in spite of that, women still engage in investing. That is, not eating with all your hand or all your fingers, and then ensuring that some things are kept aside, you know, for the future. And then also, this has even made some women to be able to have, you know, being able to outsource, because if you want to be able to do everything yourself, you might not be able to make it. So women outsource a lot now. Outsourcing is part of the things that will make you to become financially okay, because if you outsource, you're able to free yourself to be able to do other much more important things, to be able to make other strategic decisions that will affect your finance and be able to ensure that you will grow your wealth. So
for a woman, I would just like to agree, because I can't agree less. For a woman that manages a home, even with little, I don't think there is nothing financial that the woman cannot manage. Women are financial managers, if you ask me, because nobody does it better than us. Nobody can actually manage. There are women I've seen that manage to use 5,000 naira to make a meal for a whole family.
Yes.
If you leave that in the hands of a man, it will never be possible, I bet you. So that will bring me to my last question, ma'am. What mindset change helps women break money myths?
Okay. Number one, women must deliberately begin to be intentional about how they use money. You must make sure that you keep track of your money, you know where your money is going into. And then you also ensure that, you know, you keep training, you keep intentionally training yourself on financial matters. Don't just depend on somebody to help you. Yes, it's good to use professionals. You can use professionals so that the people that it's their job to ensure that you don't lose money. you use professionals to invest your money. Also ensure that as you are investing, you keep track of where your money is going into. You network. Networking helps women a lot, not just for social gathering. Through your network, particularly in the financial space. Don't just limit yourself to only friends and all that. Network in the financial space where you can get information about where to invest, the right places to invest. You just be intentional about your finances. You can get your funds for invest in real estate, invest in sustainable economic issues. Don't just putting your money in the savings account. Yes, putting your money in the savings account is good, but it will not grow you wealth.
It will not grow.
Exactly. So invest in real estate, invest in stocks, invest in sustainable energy and things like that. And then another thing also, when people are shy about borrowing money, but if you are going to borrow money, make sure that you are borrowing money to create an asset. Not just to buy a shwebi or to look good. No. Borrow money that will multiply, money that will create wealth for you. Wealth in such a state that when you are just relaxing in your home and sleeping, that wealth will be speaking for you, will be making more money for you. So don't leverage your money or yourself on just anything. Be intentional about how you borrow your funds and what your funds are doing for you.
Wow. I think I've tapped from your wealth of knowledge, and I must say it's really insightful. Thank you very much for coming. Let me add to what she has said. Don't use all your money in buying human hair, makeup. Yes, those things are good for soft girl, baby girl treatment. We understand. But please work towards investment. Buy houses as women. Look at Sophia Lakija. Those women they're doing wonders.
Exactly.
So please do not limit yourself by just thinking that, the man is always here. He might not be here tomorrow. So make a name for yourself. Make something out of everything you have. So I must say thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights with us on women and wealth. And to those of you watching, thank you for sticking with us. Okay. And
one last thing I will say to women out there. Wealth gives you power. It gives you an advantage to be able to have choices.
To make choices
as to where you live, as to how you exit toxic environment, as to where you put your money. Wealth gives you a voice. That's just it. Thank you very much.
I hope you've heard it too. That toxic relationship, you are there because you cannot live. You don't have money on your own. So please, fellow Gen Zs, old and young women, I want you to know today that you can break every limitations. All of those stereotypes, we are breaking them. We are changing the narratives. Yeah. We are exploring different options of making money and investments. And I want you to know that if you dare to dream it, you can achieve it. So until then, I remain your humble host with the most, Dr. Kosisochukwu Okoro, and our amiable speaker,
Gladys Laleye. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
All from AG Mortgage Bank PLC, a partner you can always trust.
Thank you.